Hulk is going into a coma in the next Spider-Man movie. Yeah, you heard that right. And by the end of this video, I'm gonna prove to you exactly how it's gonna happen. We're talking about a scenario where a version of Jean Grey could be the key to changing the Jade Giant's fate in the MCU. Imagine the scale of this clash. Hulk, Jean Grey, the Punisher, and Spider-Man. Are you ready for the showdown? Then come with me, welcome to another deep dive right here on Comic Chronicles, and let's figure out this madness. So over the last few weeks, leaks have been pouring in pointing to the Savage Hulk showing up in the next Spider-Man. Another massive rumor suggests that the Punisher will be hunting Bruce Banner, and Peter Parker will try to stop Frank Castle from doing something stupid. But the big question is, at the end of the day, who is actually going to be able to stop the Hulk? There's a crucial detail in this story. Hulk is not going to be in Avengers Doomsday. Mark Ruffalo himself let that slip in an interview, and the reason for his absence is completely tied to the events of Spider-Man 4. What if I told you the answer to this mystery is Jean Grey? Get ready, because your mind is about to be blown. Marvel clearly has a different plan for the character. We've seen the classic Hulk, Gladiator Hulk, and right now we're in the Smart Hulk phase. Historically, it's always been a cold war between Banner trying to take the wheel and the Hulk wanting to smash. But what's the next logical step? Going back to Savage Hulk just for fan service? Or proving once and for all that Bruce Banner is never gonna have absolute control? Think about it. What is the Hulk's biggest problem? He's a walking nuclear bomb. He might even have good intentions, but the second he loses control, the world ends. Banner knows this all too well. That's exactly the nightmare we saw in Age of Ultron. The guy isn't afraid of turning into the Hulk because he'll rip his pants. He's afraid because the Hulk is a natural disaster. That's why he and Tony Stark created the Hulkbuster. And even with that, the destruction was colossal. Now, imagine if Banner wakes up one day with a new Hulk personality, stronger, blinder with rage. If bottling up bad feelings for too long makes a normal person explode, imagine what happens to Bruce Banner's psyche. For years, the Hulk was Banner's jailer. When Banner finally broke free, he was terrified. Now the tables have turned. Smart Hulk is basically Banner dominating the body, keeping the real Hulk caged deep inside his mind. And guess what? Eventually, cages break. That's exactly the breaking point insiders are pointing to for the next Spider-Man, the Savage Hulk kicking the doors down. The hatred the Hulk must be hoarding against Banner and humanity is off the charts, and to add fuel to the fire, the new Spider-Man movie isn't gonna give him a minute of peace. We'll have the Punisher, rumors about the Hand Ninjas. It's gonna be a pressure cooker. When the Hulk explodes, neither the web slinger nor Frank Castle will be able to handle it. And this is where the most insane and brilliant theory right now comes in. Since the Hulk won't be in Doomsday, someone needs to take him off the board in the Spider-Man movie. Remember that mysterious character from Series 5 that showed up in the new Spider-Man trailer? Everything points to her being a telepath. Leaks say her suit has the classic Jean Grey colors, and we see her mind controlling people. The theory is that she's going to try to erase the Hulk from Banner's mind. In the comics, separating the two has happened before, but erasing him permanently is almost impossible. The most likely outcome, she manages to lock the Hulk away so deep in his subconscious that he goes into a dormant state. The problem is that the process is so aggressive that Bruce Banner himself ends up falling into a coma. This lines up perfectly with those leaked set photos where we see Banner being loaded into an ambulance. But there's a second layer to this theory. There's a strong rumor that Spider-Man 4 happens simultaneously with Avengers Doomsday. That perfectly explains why the Avengers or the Thunderbolts don't show up to contain the Hulk in New York. They're on another Earth trying to stop an incursion. And that leads us to the identity of our telepath. We don't have the X-Men on Earth 616, so this Jean Grey might be from another universe, perhaps as an incursion survivor, trying to destroy Earth 616 to save her own. Something goes wrong, she gets captured by damage control, and uses the rampaging Hulk as a distraction to escape. But I'm gonna throw an even better idea out there.
What if it isn't Jean Grey? My bet is it's Rachel Summers. In the comics, she's Cyclops and Jean Grey's daughter from an alternate future, Days of Future Past. She has Jean's powers, a connection to the Phoenix Force, and travels to the past to live with the X-Men. Actually, during the Civil War comic storyline, it's Rachel that's there helping out. Marvel has already adapted the Dark Phoenix twice on the big screen. Bringing in Rachel Summers would be a breath of fresh air for the MCU, keeping the legacy of the Fox mutants alive but heading down a completely new path. To sum up the puzzle, Spider-Man and Doomsday are happening simultaneously. New York turns into a war zone with gangs and the Punisher, the Hulk loses control, the Avengers are off-planet, and the telepath, Jean or Rachel, has to fry Banner's mind, putting him in a coma, and justifying his absence in the war against Doom. It makes too much sense. But now I'm passing the ball to you guys. Is this mysterious character Jean Grey or Rachel Summers? Do you still have hope to see a 100% savage and out-of-control Hulk smashing everything in theaters? Drop your heavy thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Our community is growing and your energy is insane. Thanks guys, see you next time. Peace out.